So with Sam Raimi joining the MCU to of course direct the upcoming Doctor Strange sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, at least if everything goes according to plan, he will be directing it. The rumor mill has already started, there's a lot of speculations, and you guys have asked, is it possible that Tobey Maguire, that Spider-Man could come to the MCU due to Sam Raimi? Let's look at this realistically, and it's going to take a little bit longer to go over everything. So of course, most of you know Sam Raimi directed the 3 Spider-Man films for Sony. He was supposed to do the 4th, but there was a big falling out with him, with Sony meddling with everything, dictating certain things, and since he's gone on and worked with other studios. One of these studios already being Disney. That was his last big film, was with Disney. So the mentality that people are saying out there that he won't work for a studio like Disney or a corporation that has an idea and he has to confine to is complete nonsense. Anyways, let's say he ends up doing everything he possibly can and the multiverse is open to him. Can he bring Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man into the MCU? The answer here is yes. Of course he can, but it's all up to Sony. It would be up to Sony to be able to pull this one off, to let them use Spider-Man in this specific manner. And of course, it's going to get a little bit more complex due to old contracts, having to go through old stuff, get Tobey Maguire back, then work out a deal with the MCU, then introduce that universe into it. You know, it is possible. If we've learned anything from these studios, specifically with the Spider-Man deal, anything is possible and could happen. It just gets a little bit more complex because there's already a Spider-Man that they have in the MCU. A Spider-Man that is on his way out. And I think that's where all the problems arise. There's already contracts and disputes in regards to Spider-Man. The last thing you want to do is have more Spider-Man contracts that get brought up that are inevitably going to end up being a huge headache, considering it's very heavily rumored and sort of even confirmed by multiple people within Sony that their ultimate version is to give us a live-action version of Spider-Verse uniting all the live-action Spider-Man. Again, you know, letting Disney do this would be a good way to see if it's viable, if it's possible, but Sam Raimi even expressed it that, you know, if he was to go back to that world, it would be something that would take a lot of time and effort. And he's signing on for a Doctor Strange movie. Marvel Studios is not gonna let him do like 30 minutes set within another universe of a franchise they don't even own, that they don't make any money off of, that they can't put on Disney Plus. That's a Sony property. So more than likely, it's probably not gonna happen. Could it happen? Anything could happen at this point when it comes to Marvel Studios and Sony. But I'm willing to bet if you get anything, it'll be a small-time cameo. At best, maybe him wearing a costume for one scene, but I wouldn't hold my breath for that.